Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or naw foundation review on a very requested foundation from you guys. Also a very new foundation, and that is the Pure Cosmetics Pure Makeup 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Long Wear Foundation and Concealer. So I just couldn't wait for it to arrive in the mail, so I went to Kohl's because Kohl's sells Pure makeup, and I decided to pick up this shade. Now this shade that they had at Kohl's, they didn't have every single shade there. They only had like a select range. So I picked up TG6, which was not my exact match, but I'm hoping that this works. This is what the foundation looks like right here. I think it'll be okay. It says that it's a long wear foundation and concealer that is formulated to instantly mask blemishes and imperfections, leaving behind a natural skin-like finish. This multi-purpose complexion miracle serves as both foundation and concealer with a unique dual applicator, which I think is amazing. And it's packed with skin-loving ingredients. The long-wear formula helps protect skin against environmental stressors like pollution and high-energy visible blue light for a healthier-looking foundation. So that actually sounds really intriguing. I've actually been really into foundations that feel more so like natural, like your skin, as opposed to foundations that feel really heavy and thick. Let's go ahead and apply our primer. I already went ahead and moisturized with my first Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I'm gonna be using the Sicily Primer. I know, expensive. I did a review on this. I don't use this primer often, but I just saw it at the corner of my eye and I was like, let me just bring that one out. Also, I want to give you guys an update on my skin. So my rosacea flare-ups were getting a little bad a few weeks ago. So I went back on my antibiotic, the doxycycline. So that's why my skin actually looks really nice and smooth right now, is because the doxycycline is in full effect. I feel like the doxycycline, it makes my rosacea get super dry. So this right now is very dry. So I have to use very hydrating products, which is another reason why I wanted to use the Sicily. I pretty much have combination skin right now, dry cheeks because of the rosacea, and then oily T-zone. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Okay, so this is the pump form. And if you want to conceal, you have this beautiful doe foot applicator. We get the best of both worlds, which I think is super awesome because I haven't seen brands do that, I don't think. So I pumped out that much. First, we're gonna be starting off with this side, and we're gonna be using our sponge. For sponge, I'm using the e.l.f. sponge. And apply this. The consistency seems definitely creamy, a little bit on the creamy, thicker side. So I'm guessing this will give me more of a full coverage finish. Okay, so let's put this on. I have really high hopes for this. Ooh, wow, that covered my redness right away. And it looks good, like it looks healthy. You can see the difference. Redness, no redness. It doesn't feel heavy either. When you touch it, like when you pump it out and you put it on your face, it definitely, you can feel that it's going to be a full coverage foundation. It says that it's natural, which it feels natural, and like it sets into the skin very natural, as you can see. With the foundation, it doesn't look super like heavy or anything, but it covers everything it needs to cover. I think the color is good. I feel like it's a little tiny bit, little tiny bit darker than my neck, but it's nothing too bad. Like I mentioned, it's summer, so we're probably gonna pick up a tan anyway, so this probably will be great for summer. Now, would I be using this like just to conceal, like brighten my under eyes? Probably not, but if I wanted to conceal like certain little areas, like certain little blemishes, and not wear a full face of foundation, I think this could be a good look. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little tiny bit more, just right here, because I feel like I need a little bit more. I wish Kohl's would have had all the shades. I will list down below the exact shade that this matched me to based on me putting my reference as Huda Beauty BAKLAVA, so that you guys can see in case you guys are that same color. But this is just the closest one that they had at my local Kohl's. I really love when a foundation makes my skin look like it's smooth and like it has like a filter on it. So now I'm gonna be taking my brush. I'm gonna be using my Morphe JH03 brush, and I'm going to be doing the other side. We're gonna start off with less product because I feel like when I use a brush, I tend to get more coverage than when I use a sponge. So I like to just pat it in, kind of bounce the brush on the face so that it can really give me that maximum capacity. Do you see? I feel like with a brush, you can use less product and immediately start seeing a more fuller coverage result. I feel like the foundation also feels very velvety. And I like velvety foundations. I feel like they just give my skin such a beautiful look. I wish I had a lighter shade just so that I can use it to conceal, because I feel like if you were just to use this as a concealer, you would get very nice full coverage results. If you like a full coverage concealer, it kind of reminds me of the consistency of the Jouer concealer and the e.l.f. concealer. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. So far, like very first impressions, I really am liking how this looks. Like, it looks fantastic. I feel like with both the brush and the sponge, it performs really well. I don't think that the sponge absorbs too much of the product on the side where we went in with the sponge, just because I feel like the consistency of this foundation is definitely creamier and it has that velvety finish, but I feel like it's also a little bit tacky when you first apply it, so it really grips onto the skin as opposed to separating onto the sponge and letting the sponge absorb the extra product. As for the side with the brush, I feel like it looks absolutely stunning. Like, it looks beautiful. It covered all my imperfections, and I also feel like on both sides, it looks like it's melting right into my skin. I do want to touch it to see if it is sticky, but I think I'm going to wait until I finish my face. So the cool thing about this having two ways to apply it is that you have this pump side where you can use it as a foundation, but let's say that you're into more so of a doe foot applicator to apply your foundation and you don't want to use your fingers, you can always use this to kind of like set the product down and then start to blend it out as foundation. But I think it's so awesome that it comes with this if you want to go in and conceal. This makes me honestly want to get a lighter shade so that I can mix and match them, use one for foundation and then one for concealer, because I feel like this foundation concealer formula would work really well. So they know what they're doing, because a lot of people like to have a more brightening concealer and then the foundation that matches them exactly. So it kind of like makes you want to buy the other product. It's not oily looking whatsoever. I don't see any shine peeking through, but I almost feel like I have radiance coming through my skin, giving me this beautiful like glow from within effect, but still not making me look like I'm oily or greasy. So far, I'm really excited about this foundation. I feel like just very first thoughts on it, it looks lovely. Whenever I have a good makeup application, I get excited for the rest of my face. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my initial thoughts on how this wore. So I will be right back with a beat face, because right now we're looking a little simple and you guys know that I'm not about that simple life. I like glam. Okay guys, so I am back and I finished my entire face of makeup. I do have to say the only thing that was messing with me during the process of doing my makeup was the color, that's all. Like I mentioned, I will have the color that this is and the color that I am picking up that is my correct shade down below, and some shade references in case you guys want to compare like another foundation. I will have some shade references down below. So I went ahead and just beat this face to full capacity. I will also include the details on the makeup that I'm wearing today, because I want you guys to know, because I mean, I look super duper snatched. But I have to say the foundation did great with all my products. When I went ahead and concealed, I did use my heavy duty concealers. The KKW Beauty and the Jouer are a little bit more of a fuller coverage. And even though this foundation is fuller and it's very creamy, it still managed to work fantastic with the products. As somebody that does have oily skin, is that in some areas I was having a little tiny bit of like shine peek through, so I had to go back in and kind of blot those areas. After I applied my baking powder to set my under eyes, I kind of just dusted off the powder in the areas where I get oily. But besides that, I think it is holding up pretty well. I really like the fact that the foundation feels like skin. It doesn't feel heavy, but then when I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my God, she is a full coverage queen. So I have to say that that was great. Also, when I was applying my blush and my bronzer, everything went on super nicely and super pigmented and just looked beautiful. So far, I really am loving the foundation. I just love how it just kind of flows with your face, and I feel like I'm able to make facial expressions and not worry about it creasing on my smile lines or my forehead. I didn't really notice any of that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and wear this. Like I mentioned, it does claim to be blue light defense, anti-pollution, blue zone, it's cruelty free. This does contain 1 full ounce. So you get a full ounce here. And I also forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, but this foundation does retail for $36, and then with my Maryland tax, it came out to be $38.16. Probably one of my favorite things about the foundation thus far is the fact that it contains a pump and also a doe foot applicator. So right now I am loving. I will probably, let me get these little flyaways. I will probably go ahead and take some pictures because this is supposed to be a love your selfie foundation and see how they look, and I will insert them in here so you guys can see how this does with photography. I'm gonna go ahead and carry on the rest of my day. Right now we did get a late start and I took a while to do my makeup. Right now it is 1:09 p.m. But I'm gonna be wearing this probably until like 9 p.m. So you guys are gonna get longevity. You guys will also get super up close in natural lighting so you guys can see how my texture and everything looks. But I feel like everything looks really nice and smooth and just beautiful, if I say so myself. So I'm really impressed. I'm praying that it does well with my oily skin. It is really hot out right now and humid. Maryland just gets that humidity. So I'll keep you guys updated through the day. So stay tuned if you want to see if this foundation is worth your $36 or not. Hey guys, so I am back right now. It is officially 10 p.m. at night and I am so ready for bed. It's been a long day, successful day, got a lot of work done, and I'm ready to talk about the Pure 4-in-1 foundation. So this foundation, I've been wearing it all day. You guys can see that there's a little bit of oil right here peeking through. It's not too bad, to be completely honest, considering the fact that we wore this entire night. If you went in and blotted, I think it would be pretty good. The foundation is a little bit sticky though, so that's just something to keep in mind. Some of the foundation came off on my forehead. I think it was just because I was like moving my hair a little bit. But other than that, the foundation looks good. It looks like my skin, like it literally melted right into my skin. Oils are very obvious and peeking through. If I were to take a sponge and just touch it up, do you see how it completely soaked up that oil and it didn't really come off? It's still in place. Same thing with this side. So you could literally go a few more hours wearing this foundation being oil free. So that's always a plus. I like when I find a foundation that's able to be blotted but not transfer, because when a foundation starts to transfer after you blot, it's like, okay, there's no use for this. But I would say if you have very oily skin, you will get dewy, so that's just something to keep in mind. I feel like the people that are really gonna love this are people that have like combination normal skin. I think you guys will enjoy this. I feel like for somebody that has dry skin, I feel like it's kind of in between. It's definitely not a matte foundation. It doesn't give you a matte finish. I feel like it gives you a really pretty radiance from within, like almost a like skin-like glow when you first apply it. But it's definitely one of those foundations that as the day goes on, you start to pick up a little bit more radiance. But other than that, like the foundation really looks beautiful. I have to say that for me, I like this one better than the Juvia's Place foundation. I feel like this foundation is a perfect foundation for different types of skin types. I know that with the Juvia's Place, it was more suited for people that have like oily skin, combination skin, as opposed to normal and dry, but I feel like this one could really benefit all skin types. If you don't mind doing a little bit of blotting, if you do have oily skin, then you'll enjoy it. It's obviously not gonna stay completely matte all day long, but it definitely gives you a beautiful finish. So I would have to say I give this foundation a 9 out of 10. And the reason I give it a 9 out of 10 is because I feel like the formula and everything's great. And I also really love the fact that it comes with the pump and also the doe foot applicator. I feel like there's nothing better than having 2 in 1, because you're able to really tackle 2 things at the same time. I know some people don't like to have a concealer and a foundation, so they want something that can do both. So if you're somebody that's just getting into makeup and you're looking for good foundation that can conceal and also cover up your full face, I would definitely suggest trying this out, because you don't have to go ahead and purchase a concealer. You can just use both of these at once. But overall, I think this is really, really nice stuff, and I just like the fact that it's still going on strong and it looks beautiful. So I would have to say this is definitely worth checking out. Go to your local Kohl's or go online and figure out your shade. The cool thing about going online on the Pure website is that you can put a foundation that you may already have, the color, and then it'll tell you exactly what shade you'll be. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy watching this, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing my foundation reviews. And also don't forget to comment down below what foundation you want to see me review next, because there's a lot of hot stuff coming out. I'm just saying, like, a lot of hot foundation. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I would love for you to become a member family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world, because I mean, I bring you guys some good reviews. So I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.